What's up guys, Crypto Wolf here. How you guys doing? In this particular video, I'll be showing you the three altcoins you should focus on in the month of May. So happy new month to everybody. I also have recorded this video yesterday being 30th of April, but for some reason I just couldn't do it. So going forward, I'll record it on the last day of the present month. So for the tokens of June, I'll record it on the 31st of May. So I'm sorry about this coming late, but better late than never. So the first token you should focus on is THORChain, which is RUNE. This, which is what you're seeing on your screen, RUNE USDT. So if you notice, the token has been in accumulation for a while, and the reason I picked this is because this token has a lot of upcoming news and it meets my four conditions before I take a trade. The first is divergence, the next is trendline break and retest, then followed by MACD histogram, bullish or bearish on a higher time frame, then volume. So this particular four-step criteria for trading took me about 8 years to create. So as in, it's not something I just created in one day. So if you look at this, the first being divergence, I'm using the MACD histogram divergence, which is one of the most effective. So if you notice, divergence was spotted here, right around when it got to a low of 0.955. So there was a divergence was spotted here. So divergence check. So the next is trend line break and retest. So if you notice, there was trend line, then there was a break. It didn't retest the trend line, but there was kind of a retest. So depending on how you draw the trend line, so if you really spend a lot of time drawing it, you would, let's say you extend it up to this area, you would notice there was a trend line break and then a retest. So that's row condition 2 met. Then the next is bullish or bearish histogram on a higher time frame. So would add the MACD divergence by biotech. Then we'll switch from daily, we'll switch to weekly. We want to see who's in control. So who's really control here? So we've entered bullish territory. So that is also confirmed. Then the last confirmation before we take a trade is volume. Major volume divergence is a custom indicator, so you won't find it anywhere. I created it by myself for myself. So I'll switch this back to daily. I want to see volume above the zero line. It tells you that the bulls are in charge. So, and you notice it crossed right around here, and the volume is still on the bullish side. So it's a win-win. One can take the trade at this point. So this is the first token you should really focus on. Price target is around 2.66. So that's from where it is right now to its price target. We're looking at almost 89%. So the next is STRK. So this is the next, basically the same thing, the same concept. Trend line break retest, MACD. Looking at the MACD, switch this to daily. So check who's in charge. Bullish or bearish, was still in bullish territory. So come back to the daily, check the volume. Volume is in order. So everything is in order. This is the other token you should focus on, believe me guys. So you can review this at the end of the month, and then you can say, oh, maybe crypto lied or something. You can review it. You have absolutely 100% permission to review it at the end of the month. So then the last token is This is the last token, and it basically meets the conditions to trend line break, kind of a retest, then a spike to the upside, bullish territory for volume, MACD histogram. If you switch to the weekly, and well, it doesn't have a lot of price action, so not a lot of information to be able to plot the MACD histogram graph. So we'll switch it right back to daily, and believe me, this is something you should take a look at. So these are the three tokens you should take a look at: RUNE, STRK, and Bio for the month of May. So at the end of May, you can review the trade. Then on the last day of May, I'll make another video for tokens you should look at, altcoins with potentials for June. So this is Crypto Wolf. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.